Right then, some would say it's an end of an era, and rightly so, because Virat Kohli's reign as RCB skipper ends tonight, considering the fact that they've crashed out of IPL 2021 and how. RCB fans are puzzled, are baffled, and are desolate in this moment in time. And a man whose glee at this moment in time is Brian Lara. Even though he's wearing red, he called correctly yet again. He's just literally the best cricket predictor out there right now. You can just signing him for all other contracts you want because he's just on ours and we're enjoying that. Brian, jokes apart, we're just talking off camera. I'm really cheesed as an RCB fan.
Yeah, it was a tough loss. Winning the toss and doing what you want to do, which was bat and trying to post a total, which is good. I think it might have been somewhere in the 40s without loss in 5 overs or so, and that at that point in time, you are maximizing the power play, which is great. I think Padigal got out in the sixth over, and then everything sort of slowed down. Virat got a bit slow, which I could accept, right? If you're going to go at 10 runs and over in the first 5, 6 overs, and then you're going to go at 6 runs and over in the middle overs, nothing is wrong with that. But don't lose wickets with it. So the captain got out, Maxwell got out, De Villiers got out, everybody got out to Narayan. Now, if Narayan bowled 4 overs for, say, 5 runs less, say he bowled 4 for 15, you would still, with no wickets, you will still have your power players to come back at the back end and not tail enders to do it. So the thinking was a bit wrong. I don't know if at 50 for without loss you're thinking of 180. 180 is not needed at Sharjah, and you can't score 180 in Sharjah because that's not what the pitch is going to offer you. So I was a bit disappointed with the way the final total that RCB got. And the way some of the players got out, I felt playing across the line was always going to be treacherous at Sharjah. I talk about playing straight down the ground, take your chances down the ground, but you allowed KKR back into the game. And I mean, at the end of the day, KKR almost threw it away at the end because, we just saw the state of the pitch. And it was a poor match. I felt that, we could have gotten a little bit more out of both teams.
Yeah, it's a bitter pill to swallow for RCB fans, and another season goes by without a trophy. I mean, without even a final. What am I just kind of kidding myself right now? We picked the bones out of it, but like you touched upon there, few game changers indeed. But what I want to ask you was right at the start, what was it, 7 p.m. India time? Toss has gone Virat Kohli's way. Should he have bowled? Because a lot of people on Twitter, the pundits, you guys back in the broadcasters saying, perhaps, you know what, he could have bowled first.
It's tough to post a total. It's tough to chase a good total down. The best part of the wicket or of the pitch was definitely out of the 40 overs was definitely the first 6.
Yeah,
that was the best part. The ball was coming onto the bat beautifully. We thought, well, maybe it's a different Sharjah track. So I didn't think anything was wrong with the decision. I just think that your plans between overs 7 and 15 has to be one of not losing wickets. We don't mind if we scored 5, 6 runs and over. If we have everybody in the shed to come back out and we can sort of attack the last 30 balls of the innings, try to get 55, you're going to get your 150, you're going to get your 160. And that is a winning score in Sharjah, as you saw what just happened recently with this match. If Sunil Narayan didn't come out and smash those 3 sixes, it was game on. So I think the right decision of batting first. I know Mr. Kohli is the best chaser in the world, but Sharjah is not an easy track to bat under pressure. And you saw, just look at it. Just look at Narayan's dismissal, Dinesh Karthik dismissal, Raina Nitish Rana's dismissal. They all start to crumble. You needed 50 more runs.
Yeah, I mean, you called it correctly before the game, and I think even Matty Hayden during the commentary suggested that maybe 10 runs more, that 150 psychologically going into the halfway break would have been a boost for RCB. Now, I want to ask you about Dan Christian's over. I mean, people will pinpoint at that, and like you said, Dan Christian, I mean, he's old, he might be a lucky charm, but what is it that he does for RCB? Because even we saw him bat today, wasn't the best out there. What do RCB see in him that they've given him such a long rope, Brian?
I don't know. I mean, these guys, they play in the Big Bash, and I know you have your scouts around the world, and you pick these players up because they may have a good match or two. But Dan Christian is a medium pacer that can knock a couple balls around, but in this high profile, high energy, high competitive league, I mean, you need good talent in there, and there are a lot of good talents around the world other than Dan Christian. But I mean, we've got to have empathy. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't be pointing fingers now and trying to say, well, this is the reason why. I mean, you've got to pick the pieces up. I think IPL is not more than 6 months away, and come back stronger. There's a big auction coming up. Pull the checkbook out and get things sorted out.
Yeah, Virat Kohli used the word restructure for the franchise, and that's definitely what they will be doing in December or Jan or whenever that mega auction is. Now, we touched upon a few players, Dan Garton, then RCB fans could pinpoint some of the catching was shocking because in the Narayan at that moment in time, if they were caught, I mean, Devdutt Padikkal dropped a sitter. I know it was a skyer, but still. And then even Bharat, I mean, we can cut him some slack because he was literally the man of the match the last time out. But just to get stuck in the middle overs, like you said, a critical phase from that 7 to 15 overs, and they couldn't capitalize in the power play. But it comes back invariably to one man, and that one man is Virat Kohli. Now, he started his RCB reign, is scoring 39 as skipper. He's ended his RCB reign scoring 39 as skipper. How do you sum up his tenure as RCB skipper? We've spoken about it multiple times with you already, but just you've got to feel for him today because you can't point the daggers, I'm sure.
No, definitely not. And you know what? I personally will ask, if I was a franchise owner, for him to continue, because Virat Kohli, the player, Virat Kohli, the leader, it's two different. People, I think, and such a high-profile player, and still very young, willing to play for, I don't know, a handful more years under the leadership of someone else. I don't know. I don't know the whole dynamics, the whole chemistry, how it can change. He is vowed to remain a RCB player. I personally, if I was owning that franchise, I would tell him he is not giving up the captaincy. We will build our team around you. We will get new players, and we will have a different focus, and just go out there. But I think it's tough. I'm never going to point my finger at a player like that who gives his all, with the bat in hand in the field. I mean, if Virat Kohli could have bowled, he would have come out there and bowl and try his best for his franchise. But it's not the point in time in terms of pointing fingers and stuff like that. You just got to look back and think, well, you played good cricket. You should have played a little bit better cricket to come 1-2, to have that second opportunity. That's one of the things that you can think about. We need to come 1-2. When we get into that position, almost at the top of the table at mid stage, we need to come 1-2. And I can't fault anyone now. I'm not gonna sit here and think, well, if that was done differently. You played against a team that have really and truly dominated the second half of the tournament, moved off the bottom of the table straight into fourth position, and now they're one more game away from a finals.
Yeah, at the end of the day, let's not make this an RCB-centric show. It's invariably with me. But to be fair, KKR, well done on Morgan, well done Brendan McCullum, well done to all the players out there who could really prove a lot of people wrong, because people are writing them off. Even though that they didn't have a really good India leg, they came into UAE, 5 losses, 2 wins. They've turned it around. Now they find themselves 2 steps away from it. You predicted a CSK KKR final. You're on a roll as a soothsayer. Is that inevitable? Because they find themselves playing at Sharjah, perhaps on the adjacent pitch that they played today against DC, who are low on confidence. Do you think what you said can be true, a CSK KKR final, Brian?
Don't be modest. But it's going to be tough, because Delhi Capitals got very good fast bowlers. And other than
Yeah.
Sunil Narine, the fast bowlers are the one that have really dominated at Sharjah, taking pace off. Uh, and that's Delhi's strength. It's been exposed a little bit now. Afish Khan is not at his best. Rabada wasn't given the last over. I don't know where Rishabh Pant's head is at the moment. But I will think that one team is trying to gather themselves again, the Delhi Capitals, and KKR is pretty much marching on with one plan. They have one plan. They play aggressively from the very beginning. I've been critical of the style of play during certain periods when I felt that you need to use your head a little bit more. But they have a plan, and if the plan is that we're going to go hard throughout, we're going to ask our batsmen to go hard. We're going to bat 20 overs and two or three of our batsmen is going to click and we're going to get our total, at least they have a plan. I don't believe other teams have a plan. And if I go back to RCB, what's your plan? What's your plan if Virat Kohli goes early? What's your plan if De Villiers going early? It seems like if everything is structured around certain players performing. That's not the case with KKR. KKR, one day it's going to be Shubman Gill, next day it's going to be Tripathi. You have Nitish Rana. You just see what Sunil Narine is capable of. And if Andrew Russell comes back, then you're playing against a tough opposition. So for me, the team that has that plan and the team that's moving forward, KKR could take it all the way. But Delhi Capitals definitely have a lot of youth, a lot of talent, and they can blow them out of the water.
Yeah, and more with Brian Lara about the qualifier 2 preview. We'll catch him soon. I don't think tomorrow is the right day to do it because we just want to give Brian some time to play golf, like he said, in his hotel room, probably some chipping and putting practice. Having said that, he's been in a roll, like I said, with his predictions, and he got it past Criclytics again. So he goes 16-11 up. So kudos to Brian Lara over there. He's looking fantastic in the jacket and deserves to wear a red riding jacket, unlike RCB, Brian, really. So let's get to the batsman prediction right now because Virat Kohli ultimately turned out to be a right call from Criclytics, but you came away with the bowlers and the match result as well. So a word in Virat because ultimately the World Cup is coming along. Do you see him batting with Rohit like they did against England in that T20 international series earlier this year, opening the batting, or do you see him one down and Surya and Ishan to follow? What's your take on Virat heading into the World T20?
Well, it has to be KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma. And I can understand him trying to get the best opportunity in the IPL, opening the batting for RCB. But when you do have the players available to you, I think the best batsmen always have to go at number 3. I know it's T20 and the openers have the best opportunity, but you need a batsman that can walk out after the first or second delivery because someone got out and build a partnership, or you can go in after 7-8 overs and keep the momentum going. And that's Virat Kohli. So there's no other spot for him, I think, but number 3. And as you said, with Suryakumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan coming after with Rishabh Pant. So I think it's a pretty strong team that India has. And if KL Rahul keeps his form, and Rohit Sharma hit form, not much of the other batsmen will be batting. I'm not seeing, Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya and they batting. So what do you have to do now? I think if these guys are in form, let's make sure and have 6 good bowlers. Let's play Ashwin because he'll be batting at number 7, number 8, and wouldn't be batting. So we need his spin. Hardik Pandya would be a problem because the fact that he hasn't bowled a ball for a long time.
Yeah, pertinent words, those. Let's see how it really transpires with the Indian team in about, 12 days' time when they take on Pakistan. You can catch it all with us at cricket.com with Brian Lara. He's going to be part of those as well. Finally, just to quickly wrap up here, because I've taken quite a bit of your time and you're a tired man, I understand that. Sunil Narine, because ultimately that was your game changer in terms of Criclytics. 4 for 21 and then 26 with a bat. Truly a game changer by all means. I was bantering a couple of my office colleagues who said Narayan's going to come up with a 10 ball 27, and he actually did. I mean, you're the hero here. Tell me about Narayan. Can he actually lead KKR to a 3rd IPL crown?
Well, first of all, that's a perfect surface for Narayan. We're from Trinidad together, and we're accustomed to slow tracks, and right up his alley. Fast bowlers can dig it in as hard as they want. As long as that ball is old and soft, it's going to stand up for him to hit it. And the questions was asked of me if you would get him up to open. No, it's too new. The ball is going to skid on and it's going to hit his stumps like how Suraj hit his stumps. So he came in at the most perfect time and just destroyed the RCB kind of like surge to get back into the game. With the ball, great bowling, also poor batting. I think playing across the line is not what you do in Sharjah. And Virat Kohli was guilty, De Villiers was guilty, and Maxwell was guilty, all playing across the line when you should be looking to hit down the ground. And with a guy like Narayan, if he is unsound, you just try to pick singles off of him and look at the other bowlers to attack.
Yeah, so let's see how really peters out for KKR because they meet Delhi next, who they've, of course, beaten in Sharjah. So let's see if that can happen again, whether it's deja vu for Morgan and company. Finally, you beat Criclytics by calling KKR the winners. Will they be the winners of IPL? Because I keep reiterating the fact that you called CSK KKR as a final. And if it is, who starts favourite in that one?
Boy. If it is, that means they've gotten past Delhi Capitals. The fashion, the way they will have to get back Delhi Capitals is the only time I can say if they truly are deserving of favoritism, because they're moving now from Sharjah and they're heading to Dubai. Now, there's not much in that CSK opening bowling attack that could really trouble. Yes, Deepak Shah can swing it, and of course Hazelwood hits a length all the time. But if they get past that, it's kind of like smooth sailing. The Bravos, and they will try different things, but you don't have to get out to these guys. So I kind of don't like speaking way ahead of time, because I might be speaking about KKR and they already packed their bags heading home, and Delhi is going to play against CSK. But I think that they've got the goods to go all the way at this present time. Morgan still looks a little iffy for me and out of form, but he's been able to do it as the captain and not necessarily as a batsman. So they are living on the edge with that selection, because it's too late to drop the captain at this moment, so you have to keep him in.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous if it really unfolds that way. But let's see if it goes, of course. But one thing is for certain, I know you don't like calling things before time, but the way you're predicting things, come on, Brian, I really think that you can do yourself a damn good with all your predictions. Thanks so much for this chat. It's been honest, articulate. We love it. RCB fans, hard to swallow. I can sympathize with you, but catch us on cricket.com for everything else. Analytical, statistical, check it out all. We'll leave the links in the description below. Until then, it's a goodbye from a glum me, but a happy Brian Lara indeed.
Are you going to be able to join me tomorrow, or when next we're meeting?
I mean, I'll try. I'll put my game face on. I'm good in poker, so I'll wear the poker face on and try to play you on that. But thank you so much. I mean, it's been helpful to just try to digest this as an RCB fan, but more importantly, from a cricket presenter point of view, it's been entertaining cricket yet again in IPL 2021. That's all we have. Thanks for watching. It's a goodbye from me. And like I said, subscribe if you haven't already.
Take care.